It's time for a brand new episode of the Bakery Bears video show.
This is our lifestyle show featuring craft, baking, and a little bit of history.
We've got lots of projects to show and one of our special series to share.
What will we feature this time, and which of our projects will be our favourite?
Let's get on with the show and find out.
Welcome, everybody, to the Bakery Bears video show, and we are officially on Advent Calendar Countdown.
Oh, we are.
Yes, it's November. It might seem strange, but we genuinely are. And I'll tell you why we definitely are. It's because on the 1st of November, Kay published her sort of pre-Advent mystery knit-along information page and picture.
We sent out all of the information to our patrons about all of the kind of yarn requirements and needles and gauge, and actually this year I told everyone what the type of design was, because it was quite important this year actually that I tell everyone, because I've used 5 colours? Yes, I think I used 5 colours of yarn. So it was kind of important that they knew what sort of an item it was, to know where it was going to be, you know, when choosing colours. And I can tell you all, because they all know now, that the mystery design this year is a shawl.
Ooh!
It's a shawl. I've never done a shawl before for Advent. I've been asked many times to do a shawl, so this is the year. It's a DK weight shawl, and I chose DK because, well, a few reasons really. It's a winter themed shawl, first of all, so I just didn't think that fingering weight was the best thing to go for. But also because this is something that's knitted or can be knitted over the month of December, I wanted it to be achievable within each section. So using fingering weight and the size of shawl that I wanted, it would have been a bit much to ask, I think, to get everybody to knit through that amount. So DK weight it is. It's a shawl. And very, very excited.
It's very exciting, and it's all part of our Advent calendar, which starts on the 1st, the knitting bit starts on the 2nd, and then it pretty much alternates right the way through. But, of course, hitting November, Advent calendar countdown, that also means we're into our winter programming.
We are.
So today, we're going on a winter walk.
How exciting.
That's exciting, and it's really exciting because Kay and I are going to take you through a walk through our history. Because we met in the city of York. And we had always not disagreed. It wasn't until close to we did that walk, I think, that the sort of confusion as to exactly where we met. Well, not where we met, where we sort of went for dinner for the first time was. And it was on that walk that we found it.
Yeah. And I was right. Can I just say I was right?
Kay was right, but I found it on the run on the morning.
Oh, right, so that makes it all you then, doesn't it? I've been saying for years that was not the pub that we went in for a meal. So
I decided on the morning that we were doing the walk that I would go for a run down that way to see if I could find the actual place, and I did. And that's where we're going to go. But not just there, we're going to go to lots of other places that were sort of key to the early times in our relationship. But then, of course, as we're in York, we're also going to call into the Minster, and we're going to have a bit of a reminisce about 1984 and the Great Fire. And then also we're going to take you on our favourite section of the York City walls.
Yes.
I mean, that's super exciting.
Yeah, it's always lovely to walk on the walls. I mean, if you've been to York, I think a lot of people go to York and they think, oh, I'm going shopping or whatever, and don't actually take the time to go on the walls, and you're really missing out. You know, it's really.
Well, you are, and
if
also,
you don't do it, I know lots of people do.
Pro tip:
it's really fabulous.
As our daughter Bryony has found out, if you want to get around York fast, if you want to avoid the crowds, use the walls.
Yeah, use the walls, because you can go on and off, and
you can get on and off and get to key points in the city without like forcing your way through lots and lots of crowds.
Yeah, and if you're staying over in York, actually, get up early and go for a walk on the walls early, because they always open them at dawn. dawn, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Whenever that is during the year, it varies, doesn't it?
Well, recently it tends to be around sort of 7 a.m. The reason why I know that is I've caught the guy a couple of times
opening
when I've been going for a run.
Yeah.
So I'll be approaching the wall, the gate's locked, and he'll like cycle up on his bike. I'm like, oh, great. He unlocks it. Then off he goes on his bike. As I'm coming down that section of wall, he's appearing at the other end. To unlock the section, I'm just running along. So thank goodness I didn't beat him.
Yeah.
So yes,
it's brilliant.
Winter Walk coming later on the show, but also, oh my goodness, of course, we've got a whole full video show of excitement.
We do.
Oh yes, we're going to be finding out our pick of the projects. Casey's very excited.
Wait, you're not even going to believe it, right? You're all going to be like, you're going to need to sit down for that one. Let me tell you, if you're not sat down, you're going to need to sit down.
Also, as well, I decided at the very last minute what my pick of the projects was going to be because I love both my projects so much. I barely could choose between my two projects because they are literally that exciting. They don't beat K's though. Wait till you see later on. Of course, we'll be having a look at what's on our needles and, shock of all shocks, I've got a what's off your needles.
Yes.
But look, we must pause for a moment to tell you we went to the cinema.
Oh my goodness, we did.
Oh, yes.
It was wonderful.
Back to the Future.
We went to see the 40th anniversary, whatever.
First time I've seen Back to the Future in the cinema since 1986.
And I'd never seen it in the cinema, so...
I mean,
it was fantastic. We were in a screen, though, and it wasn't the biggest one, was it?
It was big enough.
But my point is, the screen just looked enormous. I said to Dan when we sat down, I can't even look at the screen all at the same time.
Just pick a section and look at that.
I was like this, because it seemed like the screen was too big for the room it was in, to me anyway, but I'm just old-fashioned, I think.
No, I agree with you. The other thing as well that annoyed me slightly, we're such old grumps now, the other thing that annoyed me slightly was, you could hear the screen next door.
Yeah, you could.
At the quiet
it's so
points,
loud, isn't it, in the cinema these days?
Quiet points in the movie, and next door, you can hear
You could hear the
thumping
boom,
bass and probably massive explosions and blah, blah, blah.
Because the film itself, because it was an old film, it wasn't too loud at all. I didn't need my earbuds in.
It was a very funny experience because when we arrived, I wasn't loving the fact that there was lots of people around in the cinema.
No. We've both got the lurg at the moment, so...
Well, I didn't have anything to do with that.
We're against being around people.
I just think that, when you don't do it regularly, and we haven't done it in a while, that it is interesting. And, you start to be like, oh, there's a guy over there messing with his phone.
Yeah, there was.
There's a guy down there pulling out 6 bags of crisps and packets of sandwiches. There's a guy behind laughing loudly at all the jokes, even though he's probably heard them 15 times. But what was wonderful was I felt that way up until it started. And then I was gone. Yeah. I was lost in the movie.
Yeah, it was brilliant. It was, it was just a fantastic experience to see it in the cinema, wasn't it?
It really was. And, there was moments in it that felt full circle for me because, the last time I watched it, I was like 10. And...
in the cinema.
Yes. And, to be suddenly back in that environment again, but now, I came out and I said to Kay, now it's funny that we associate more with Marty's parents.
I know.
And last time I saw it in a cinema, I associated with
more
Marty.
With Marty, I know. It is strange, isn't it? Because we're about the same age, even a little bit older than.
But closer to them
than. Closer to them then. But when you first watched it, you were obviously closer to Marty.
Yeah, and I remember going and seeing that and hoping that I had a similar relationship with my wife as to what Marty's parents had when they came back in after they'd sorted out, all their issues.
Sorry.
And, it's like so amazing that I've got so much better than that. And it's like, so that was a real sort of full circle moment for me. Your sort of hopes for the future are actually better than what you imagined. So, that was a really lovely feeling. So, yeah, we had best time.
We did.
It was very fun.
It was very fun.
Yes.
And I took a bottle of peppermint tea with me.
I would say the two best movies...
Cold peppermint tea is brilliant.
The two best movies that we've seen at the cinema in the last 5 years are Jaws...
Yeah.
...and Back to the Future.
That's quite telling, isn't it?
Other thing as well that we must just say is thank you all so much for your excitement around the crochet jelly roll.
Oh my goodness, it's been amazing. It's been a bit of a whirlwind. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
You know, it's just been fantastic. You're all so kind and generous with your comments, and, you know, lots of you have bought the pattern, and I've seen lots of people starting them, and the excitement over it is just fantastic. So carry on working on them if you've purchased it and you've started one. But then we're looking forward, of course, to Jelly Roll January,
Yes,
which is
very
going to be
exciting.
fantastic.
Yes, only 2 months away. Oh,
It's not long,
scary.
really, is it?
Please don't say that. There's so
No,
much
I
work to
know.
do.
So much to do.
Look, let's just live in the moment and enjoy what's going to happen in the next hour or so.
Oh, yeah?
And to do that, I shall say,
Yes.
Kay Jones, what's on your needles?
Yeah, I must just say that tree outside our window is absolutely amazing at the moment. We've
Oh,
got
the autumnal trees.
the colours this year
It's
have just
marvellous.
been absolutely spectacular. In front of our house here, we've got 3 rowan trees, and the colours, it's like the most beautiful, bright orangey golden yellow, and there's red berries on it. It's amazing.
Gorgeous.
So I hope you're enjoying the autumn colours if you're in the northern hemisphere.
Yes.
So what is on my needles? Well, my first thing is a pair of socks.
Oh, they're very good.
Yeah, this is the pair of socks that I'm working on for Dan.
Thank you very much.
I haven't shown these in a little bit, but I have been working away on them. They're my bedtime project. And I'm keeping them actually in this bag that I made for when we went to Holy Island. I made Dan one and I made me one. It's got all sort of seashells on it, and this fabric on the bottom's really cute. It's all sort of maritime and lovely. And these socks I'm making for Dan, I'm using Drops Fable, and it's colour number 151. Drops Fable comes in 50 gram balls, and I've got 2 of them. And what I'm actually doing this time is I'm working the socks concurrently, which is working out okay actually right now. So let me show you the one that's a little bit further on.
They're very green.
They're very green, aren't they? But very nice and autumnal, I think, the colours, you know, because it's got the oranges in as well, which autumn is green going into orange, isn't it? So this is the first one, and I've just finished the leg. I've only done 40 rounds on the leg for this because I'm not going to do contrast heels and toes. So I just wanted to make sure that I'd got enough yarn. I think I did 16 rounds for the cuff, and I've done like a half twisted 2x2 rib, which I think is
That's
really
exciting.
Yeah, really pretty. And then I've done 40 rounds for the leg. So it's sort of like it's not a shorty, but it's not really long either. I mean, for your socks, to be fair though, I think if I was doing a winter sock, let's say, I would probably do maybe 50 rounds. I don't think I've ever done as much as 60 for your socks.
The leg.
For the leg.
60 rounds for the leg.
Yeah, I don't
Wow.
think I've ever done that many, because I don't like really long legs, so I tend not to do
No,
really
me
long
neither.
legs when I knit other people's socks. I tend to just go for a sort of nice in-between length.
Yeah.
So 40 rounds for this, so that's the first sock, and the yarn's really nice, isn't it? It's quite rustic,
That's all right, though.
and it's affordable, isn't it? It's inexpensive. It's very hard wearing though. Dan's had socks that I've made before in Drops Fable, and it lasts really well, which is why I'm using it again. I would say it's not the highest quality sock yarn. It's a little bit it is a little bit thick and thin in places, and it is quite rustic, but absolutely perfect for hard wearing socks, I would say, and nice and affordable, which is brilliant, isn't it? So that's the first one. And the second one, I'm working on the leg, and I've done just over 20 rounds on this one. So I've got just under 20 rounds to go on this. I haven't matched them. I've just literally pulled from, the start of the ball. I'm not bothered about matching. I'm just doing plain sock, as I said, plain vanilla sock, and I'm using double points for these. I'm using the Addy Calibri. I don't know how many sets of these I had, maybe 3. I picked out all of the gold coloured ones for this sock. I think there's 2 shades of gold. And then for this one, I picked out the blues. There's also a red colour as well. So in the set, I think do you get 2 of each? Or is there only 1 red? I forget. But it's a mixture of colours. And they're metal. It's the ones that have one end is that's the sort of slightly duller end, and then this end is pointier. And I do use the pointier end, but if I sometimes accidentally use the other, it's fine. It's just plain vanilla. It's not a problem. It's 2.5mm is what I'm using. And they're perfectly lovely. I don't particularly like knitting rib on double points. I find it a bit of a faff. It takes me longer generally to knit socks using double points. I'm slower than I am with magic loop, which is fine. I'm not in any rush. But when I was working on the rib, it was just taking forever on double points. I was like, oh, should I just switch to magic loop? I thought, no, I'm going to persevere because I know that I really like just plain knitting on double points. That's lovely. So I'm enjoying that now. And I will just do a heel flap, heel turn, gusset decreases, all of that. So just a nice simple sock for bedtime knitting. But I mean, the yarn's lovely, look. I've wound it into cakes. They come in like, the sort of standard skeins. I think they are still called skeins, aren't they? Even though we call the other things skeins. And I wind them into a cake, and I always pull from the outside. I never ever pull from the inside. It's just a personal preference. I always think that if you pull from the inside, as you pull, it's twisting like that, isn't it? So I always feel like you're adding more twist into the yarn, which I don't think I want to do that really.
I'm sure you had a message from a viewer as well quite recently saying that they hadn't noticed that until you'd said, and
they tried it
and they found that there was a definite
difference.
There is
a bit of a difference. I guess it depends in which direction the yarn is plied, doesn't it? Because then it depends on that. I'm sure it's a very technical thing, but personally I never pull from the middle. The other thing I don't like is when it just collapses in on itself, the cake, because you're pulling from the middle. I'm like, how is that the right thing to do? I know everybody's different. It's totally fine, isn't it? But I always pull from the outside. So Dan Jones.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
I'll tell you in a minute.
What's on your needles?
It's a sock. Oh, yes, look. It's my Freckled Whimsy. It's the Halloween socks. I know, well, it's still close to Halloween, so boom.
Well, yeah, but they don't look in your face Halloween, do they? So it's totally fine.
Excellent dye job, because anything that's in your face
knit
on the
whatever
season...
you want when you want,
Yeah, no, it's very true. The reason why I laughed was I looked at the top of this and I thought, what's that?
A stitch marker.
Yeah, well...
It's in the wrong place.
Yeah, well...
You need to move it up. Because it's showing you...
I don't need it.
You don't need it?
No.
Well, no, you don't need it now, actually. Right. There's a stitch marker here. Can you see? A light bulb marker. And when I'm working on double points, I always put a light bulb marker under my first needle so that you know when you get back to the first needle, the start of the round. Because if you're up here doing the leg, it's not as easy to see where the tail is it? I told you to put it there, but obviously you've just then ignored my advice and just left it down there.
I didn't ignore your advice, because I must have moved it while I was doing the rib.
No, we put it on after. No, you haven't moved it at all.
So it's just sat there the whole time.
You've just done your own thing.
No, it's nice decoration. Leave it on because it looks pretty. And it matches the purple too. It even matches up with the purple. Well, that's a bit too light.
That's why I did it, so that it'd be pretty, to adorn your knitting.
Did it honestly?
No.
Oh.
It was meant to be a helpful aid. Clearly, it helped you not a jot.
Well, it helped me at the start.
Okay.
So, yes, it's the lovely self-striping yarn, and it's definitely grown on me as the self-striping yarn.
What's the colourway name? I forget now. Was it Jeepers Creepers?
Jeepers Creepers, yeah.
It is Jeepers Creepers.
It's absolutely grown on me. It keeps it interesting, and, that is what people say. And I would agree with them completely. That it does make it more interesting when the yarn is changing all the way through. And, it probably is meaning that I'm not getting... maybe as bored as I might do, but I mean the repeat's really good because it's a 4-row repeat, so that's really good. And so
I think it looks brilliant.
I don't know if it is the pattern or if it's the yarn or if it's a mixture of both. Maybe it is a mixture of both. And it would be sort of interesting to see. I'm not going to do this, but it would be interesting to see how I would feel plain knitting with self-striping yarn. And if it would interest me more, but it's not going to, because...
No, I suppose you're doing that a bit on the foot, aren't you, now, because half of it's plain knitting. So can you imagine what it would be like just...
Well, I'll try to.
Yeah, just try to
because I've only
imagine.
just started.
But I love the blue. I think the blue's fantastic.
The blue's really good.
Really gorgeous.
What knitting can do to me, and it's the thing that I always try to avoid, is it can make me feel sleepy. And the times when it does that is when I am just doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, that can happen to all of us, can't it?
The funny thing is, it doesn't happen that often with jumpers.
Oh, right.
Which is weird. But maybe it's the... But, you would think with that amount of stitches, you would think, oh, it should happen more, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I mean, if you were just going round and round and never doing anything else.
But that's what I am on the body of a little Opie.
Yeah, you are, but you never get bored.
Do you know what I think it is?
Maybe it's the feel of the wool keeping you awake. Because
it's so unpleasant.
Yeah.
It's constantly waking you up. What I think it is, it's a mixture of the feel of the wool, and I don't mean that because it's unpleasant. It's the feel of the wool because it is so textural. But also, it's the look of the wool. I'm constantly interested with the look. But this is the thing. I think the thing that stops me getting bored is the fact that when I knit with Let Lopi, I have to be focused the whole time on tension. Because if you're too tight, it's going to break. If you're not tight enough, you're going to get a messed up gauge and it's not going to look good.
Yeah.
So you have to think technique the whole time. And perhaps that's what it is that keeps me awake when I'm doing plain knitting on a jumper.
Yeah.
But look, I've spoken about a jumper and I'm knitting socks.
These will love... Bryony's going to love these. These will be for Bryony.
Yes.
She'll love these. She loves bright coloured socks.
She absolutely will. And it's been a wonderful process to go through, because when I started out, I was like, oh, what's the deal with constantly...
what's this?
What's the deal with this
self-striping
constantly
nonsense?
changing yarn? I definitely see...
I love self-striping. I think it's wonderful. I love it.
Definitely see the fun in it. But I don't think I'd necessarily reach for it again.
You're quite happy with just a plain yarn.
Yeah.
Well, I say plain, I mean, something not self-striping.
The test is going to be when I knit the next pair of socks and use a plain yarn. And let's see if I miss.
Yeah, but then it'll be a pattern sock, wouldn't it? So,
yeah. But I suppose this is to an extent.
I love the progress kit. Look at this.
Yeah.
I made this years ago.
Beautiful.
Isn't it sweet? I can't for the life of me remember what this fabric is, but I absolutely love it. I wish I'd still got it. If anybody recognises this fabric, could you mention in the comments, because I would love to get some and make a project bag. It was literally years ago that I got this. It's sort of, I don't know if it's like one of those Japanesey type ones.
Yeah,
do you know?
I think you'd be right.
Yeah, just the little illustrations make me think of Japanese cartoony sort of things. But I love it. So
It's
cute.
got a name, hasn't it? I can't remember what it is.
I can't think. Is it kawaii? No, what's that?
That's an island.
Is that an island?
That's a Hawaiian island.
Doesn't it begin with a K though?
I also think that there was a make of keyboard called kawaii.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it does make me think Japanese, actually, now you've said it. You might be right. Anyway,
I don't know that I am.
We're shaming ourselves.
Yeah, I don't think I am right at all.
Okay.
Somebody will tell me. Please, thank you.
What else is on your needles? Is it needles? Is it hook?
It is a hook.
Oh, excitement.
Now, I've got a bit of a dilemma with this project, and it's been sort of hibernating for a few months, actually, because I wasn't sure what to do with it. And I pulled it back out and I've made some adjustments. I'm just not sure now what to do. Do you remember I was making a blanket with the brightly coloured granny squares?
Oh, I do.
And
it's gorgeous.
Well, I've got it here. I can show you. I'm at a bit of a strange point with it because, well, I'll tell you. But let me just show you where I'm at. Previously, what I've done with this is I took one of these blocks off. So what I'm doing, if you haven't seen this before, is I'm making 4 granny squares in similar colours. So in this case, they're sort of pinks. And then I'm joining those into one big block with white. And then I'm joining those big blocks together into a blanket.
Oh, can I just say...
And this is where I'm up
This one
to.
here, the green and the pink. Oh,
That is nice, isn't it?
Oh, that's gorgeous.
So I'm using fingering weight, but I'm holding it double. So each of these squares, each of the granny squares, is a 20 gram mini skein. So that's brilliant, isn't it? So I'm splitting that mini into 2 10-gram balls, and then I'm holding that double, and I'm making the square, which is this size. How many rounds do I get? I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rounds. And then I border it with the white, held double again. And then, like I say, I've been adding the big blocks together. I've then been joining the big blocks together. And what I did just this last week is I moved this pink, I think it was the pink one, because I joined that somewhere underneath. And the reason I moved it is I just wanted it to be an oblong size. If you can see now, it's sort of like a rectangle. It's 3 by 2. And actually, it's not a bad size. And the reason I've paused with this is because my plan for this originally, when I started it, was that I was making it for Bryony's university flat. However, it became apparent in the weeks running up to her moving that what she wanted for her flat was that it was all going to be autumnal themed. And I mean, I didn't say anything to her about this, but, I realised that this is like the polar opposite of autumnal themed.
Might she change, though, when it gets into, like, March? Might she want to...
She might do, and I'm going to have a conversation with her, actually, about it. I didn't want to say anything at the time because she would have felt bad and she would have said, oh, no, I do want it. I want you to make it for me. Carry on and make it, even though it didn't fit in with her scheme. And she'd spent such a lot of time and effort choosing all of these things, bed linens, cushions, little garlands, little autumnal garlands, and all of these things were all autumnal themed. But like Dan said, she might change her mind come spring, and she might want a bit of colour.
Well, she might go more eclectic through the summer.
Well, she might do, yeah.
It seems likely.
Yeah. So I'm going to talk to her about it when she comes home. So I'll ask her about it. But what I wanted to do until I sort of decide is just sort of square it off. So it's now this lovely 3 by 2 size. And actually, I spread this at the bottom of her bed here. She's just got a single bed here. And it does just sit across the bottom of her single bed. So it might be that I say to her, look, and I'll show her, and I'll say, look, it just sits really nicely at the bottom of your bed. What I can do is just put a really pretty border on it in white, maybe just like a shell border, and then call it done and have it sit on top of her bed here. Or she might want me to carry on with it because I do have some more squares that are completed.
Carry on across the width, so you make one that goes at the bottom of a double bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I'd probably do it another 2 here, so it'd be 4 by maybe 3. But that's a lot more work. So if she's not going to be that fussed about it, she's not mentioned this to me.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
She is going to be that fussed about it. She's going to love the colours, and she's going to say, oh, I'd love that on the bottom of my bed at uni. That'll make me think of home.
Right, okay.
That's exactly what she's going to say.
Well, if she does, then that's fine, and I'll carry on, because what I've got here is the makings of 2 more blocks, actually. I've done all of the blues. I've got 4 squares here that are all these lovely shades of blue. Oh, these gorgeous. And then I've got 2 here which are in the sort of green family. This one's a bit variegated, but I think overall it reads sort of green, doesn't it? So I've got 2 greens made there. So I just need to make 2 more greens, and then I've got 2 more blocks there that I can then add the white to and then add in. So if I did that, then that would make it 4 across, which I think would probably be enough for a double bed just to sit across the bottom.
Yeah.
It might even be that
I'm telling you now, she's
4
going to...
by 2 would just lay across the bottom of her bed, and she just has it as
She's going
like
to want that at university.
because she does have loads of actual blankets in her room. So it might be that she just wants this as like a really pretty runner along the bottom of her bed.
And these colours here, these purples and the reddy tones, if you spun that around,
Yeah, it
that
does.
bit at the bottom.
That's true. I mean, that side does look more autumnal, doesn't it?
And maybe
You've
if you
got
carry on with
red.
that.
You've got red, purple, and bright yellows.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. But if you carry on with slightly more autumnal ones on the bottom and put all the bright ones on the top, you could flip it, couldn't you? In the summer, you could have it the bright side up.
But you'd still see both bits.
But that's
it's
okay.
just along the bottom of her bed, so it wouldn't make
She
any
loves
odds.
colour.
It wouldn't make any odds. She does love colour. So anyway, my long and short is that I'm going to talk to her about it and see what she wants me to do. Whether she wants me to... If she wants... Because I sort of lost enthusiasm for it because I thought, oh, she's not really going to be that bothered. Because I'm very much a maker that I like making things for other people. And I find that really motivating. Yeah, I mean, I think, to be honest, that is my main motivation. I really enjoy making things for other people. So if I'm making something that other person will love, then that's a lot of motivation for me. And because I just suddenly thought to myself, well, I don't want to throw this in all of a university packing when everything else is all these beautiful autumnal colours. So I will let you know. I'll let you know what happens with this because... I mean, the other thing is, would I want to put a green and then a blue on top of each other over here? But I don't suppose it really matters. I've put a red and a pink over here and I think it's fine, isn't it? But it is lovely, isn't it? And I think, actually, wouldn't this make a brilliant Advent project? Because you get those 20-gram minis, don't you? So you could make a granny square each day from your 20-gram mini. Split it into two, hold it double, make a granny square. Wouldn't take very long. And then you could just like stack them all up, couldn't you? You'd have obviously 24 at the end of that Advent. You'd probably need more than that, wouldn't you? How many have I done here? 4, 8, 12, 16. There's 24. There's 24 in this amount that I've done here. So actually, you could do it for 2 years, couldn't you? So you could have this amount finished 1 year. And then if you added on another equivalent at the bottom of this the year after, then you would have 4 by 3, wouldn't you? And that's perfect. So there you go. If you've got a couple of Advents stashed away and you don't know what to do with them and you like crocheting, you could do one of these. So I'm joining using Cascade Heritage just in pure white. They have the snow, don't they, which I really love. It's a slightly off-white, but for this I wanted bright white as a contrast. So it's colour 5682, and I think it is just called white. So this is my second 2 skeins that I've got here, and I have started in on them. So it might be that if I made this twice the size, I'd probably need another skein, wouldn't I? When I was working on this, I was absolutely loving it and just enjoying it so much. So if after I've spoken to her she's really keen on having it, then I think that will motivate me back to working on it. And the other thing was, of course, I was working on the crochet jelly roll, so that was taking all of my kind of crochet energy. But that's all finished now and out there, so I can maybe get back to this one. And it's just lovely. There's all kinds of minis in here, lots and lots of different dyers. I did buy quite a few from Fox and Squirrel. It's a UK dyer. They do fantastically bright, fun colours. So I did buy quite a few from them, and lovely, absolutely lovely. So if you're looking for some bright mini skeins, they were brilliant. But I think it would look equally good in muted colours as well, or solids, if that's your thing. So I'll let you know what happens with that after I've had a chat with Bryony, and she's no doubt said to me, oh, I really like that, I want you to finish it.
Yeah. She loves colour.
She does love colour.
So that's how
I think
it will
you're
be.
probably right.
Yeah.
I think in the summer she might like that on her bed.
I think she might quite like that whenever it's done. If it's the summer or before or after.
Maybe.
She's not... Anyway.
Yeah, so anyway.
Last Christmas, we debuted a brand new show. And today we're going to turn that show into a series. The show is called Winter Walks, and it sees us take you for a walk through a spectacular location. In our first episode, it was Castle Howard. And this time, it's time for us to take a walk through our own history in the wonderful city of York. Welcome back, everyone, to Winter Walks. It looks like I've pulled, doesn't it?
It does look pulled. Get your coat.
Yeah, you beat me to it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're just delighted to welcome you back to what will be, this time, a little mini-series.
Yeah.
This is, of course, the show which we debuted last December, didn't we?
We did.
On our Christmas special.
Yeah.
And my goodness, what a walk we had.
We did. We had a great walk.
It was...
Around Castle Howard.
Yes, we're on the Castle Howard estate. We took you for a walk through the grounds and then into the garden and then back again, and it was just spectacular.
It's lovely.
And what we promised you in this series was every time we went on a walk, it would be a spectacular location. And today, it's definitely a spectacular location.
Definitely is.
Because we are in the historic city of York.
We are.
It's my hometown. It's the place where Kay and I met.
Yeah.
And we have a huge amount of history here. So what we thought we would do is we thought we would go for a stroll through the city.
Yeah.
We will inevitably see lovely things.
I'm sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll see lovely things along the way, but what we will see are things which are very personal to Kay and I, and we'll sort of reminisce and point them out along the way. So it's going to be a mixture of this sort of general sort of loveliness and history, but then also some personal stuff.
Yeah.
So this is definitely a sort of follow-on to, we did, the Baker Bez radio show is our audio show, and we actually put out an audio version of this show, and I think it was about episode 4 or 5 of the radio show, where we spoke about how we met and things.
Yep.
So this is definitely a sort of cool follow-up.
It is.
Because then we were just walking somewhere sort of generic. This time we're actually on location in the place itself.
We are.
So it's going to be a spectacular walk. We can't wait to get out.
Yeah.
But we're going to need our coats.
Oh, it's freezing. It's
Well, it is
absolutely
winter walks.
freezing. It's as Dan said, the ambient temperature is about 2 or something, but it's sort of below with the wind chill. It's a really cold wind.
Yes.
So we're going to get hatted and gloved and
Last time, I of course was wearing a Letlopi. This time I'm wearing a different Letlopi, but this time it's so cold I'll be adding extra coverage.
extra coverage.
So let's talk more action. Let's get out for a spectacular winter walk. So we are off on our historic city walk.
We are.
Oh my goodness, it's cold.
It's very cold. It's been cold for many, many, many days.
Yes. And that sort of grey, wintry vibe.
Really, really
But
has.
first, sort of historic site, and you'll see it as we come past it now, is the sort of beginning bit. Well, I mean, it depends which way you get onto the wall, but we're on the end of Piccadilly in York, and I actually came running down there this morning. I've only done that a few times in my life. I don't know why. It's like a section of wall which always seems to get forgotten.
Forgetting? Oh, that's a new one.
It sounds like a cooler way of saying forgotten. This is prime bus territory
It really is, yeah.
because we're coming down towards, because drums, how long ago was it?
22 years, I think.
So 22 years ago.
Yeah.
We met in a sort of meeting room
Yeah.
in what's now Sostrine Green in York.
It's Sostrine Green shop in York now. It used to be a bank. And when it was a bank, we met in the boardroom on the first floor.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then after that meeting, I think I went back to my dad's house.
Yeah, I think you did.
Yes. And you went to the hotel.
It was like an overnight team meeting thing.
Yeah.
For all of the managers.
Yeah.
I wasn't a manager, Dan was. I was like a assistant to the main manager. But so I went along to sort of help out. And and we went out that night as like a team building thing like they used to do.
Yeah.
So we went for a drink and a meal.
Yeah.
in a pub, that a restaurant-y thing that's just down here. And Dan always used to think it was one particular restaurant bar.
Let's show everybody.
I was always adamant that it wasn't that particular one from my memory, and Dan's like, it was that one. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then Dan realised recently that I was right. And it was one just 2 doors along.
So that's the one I thought it was.
Yeah.
And I thought it was so much that we actually went in there.
We did.
Just sort of following our footsteps.
Last year we did, yeah.
And
even then I was like, I don't think this is it. It's a bit dodgy, I've got to say, in there.
No. And then I'm out running just a few days ago.
Yeah.
I come running along here.
Yeah.
And I look up to my right, and suddenly I'm taken back in time.
It's here. It's called the Waterfront.
It is. You know, we
So
sat
it's like a bar restaurant.
upstairs.
And we were upstairs eating,
Yeah.
but we walked in and there was a bar and we ordered a drink. No, we all had a drink there first.
Let's turn right here and just have a look up here.
Can you see inside? Is there another window?
There is, but it's
It's
like...
boarded up. I'm going to peek in this one. I'm sure that's it.
I feel
It's difficult to see, but you showed me some pictures inside.
Yeah. I mean, I feel pretty certain. I'm sure, Kate, that is the doorway that we walked
Yeah,
in.
it probably
There's a
is.
stairway behind.
Yeah.
Up the stairs.
Up the stairs.
Sit down.
Yeah.
And
And we had a meal, and
you'd manipulated it, hadn't you, so that I was sat right next... No, I'm joking, by the way, I'm joking. Maybe you
I think
did.
there possibly was a bit of seat manipulation going on.
I didn't
Because
know
I
that.
wanted to sit next to you. I think
that's
there
genius.
was. Yeah, I think another member of staff, another one of the colleagues we were with,
Yeah.
helped me kind of
Yeah.
sit next to you. Yeah.
So this was the place where we met.
Yeah.
And then that night, I was supposed to go back. Now, don't
Yeah.
worry, it's not going to get X-rated here. That night, I was supposed to go back to my dad's, but I didn't because I'd had a drink or two.
Yeah.
And I ended up actually staying in a hotel, which we're going to come.
did.
We'll see on.
You crashed in someone else's room.
Yeah, I did. I woke up. I'm like, oh my
You were
goodness.
like, just crashed on the floor. You totally gay crashed.
We will actually. We'll come straight past it now. So
Yeah.
let's.
But another thing to say, actually, stood
yeah,
on
do.
this bit here is the river here in York obviously floods quite regularly
Yeah, terrible.
and quite dramatically.
Yeah.
And when you see it on the news, it's this pub here in front of us
Yes.
that is always pictured.
Yeah.
And it's always like the water covers these windows when it floods.
Yeah.
And you can see down here, the sort of remnants of the lines of where it's flooded.
Yeah. Because I think the news always stand
They
up on
always
that bridge.
they always stand on this bridge and they always look at that pub, yeah.
So what we'll do is we'll cross this bridge and we'll head off down past the hotel.
Oh, these are very steppy.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, knees, you can do it.
Yes. We hope.
Aging knees.
So what we'll do,
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, I mean the
So now
wall-
we can look down and see that pub, can't
Oh
we?
yeah, we can. I'll swing around.
So it's the King's Arms down there.
Yeah.
And this is sort of the viewpoint you always see when the river
Yeah.
floods.
I can't remember the name of that film with Jeremy Piven in it, but there was a Christmas
Oh, it's a
film
Christmas
on Amazon.
film, yeah.
Something like My Dad's Christmas or something or other.
Yeah.
Or
And it was set in York.
it was, and there's a scene where he's actually sat in the. Well, he's supposed to be in the Lowther, even though that's not the pub where we met.
No.
But they sort of make a focus of the Lowther. Let's cross the road.
Cross.
Go, go, go. Definitely in the history of us, this is a key location.
Yeah. Because we stayed here when you were doing a show.
Yes,
What was the show?
me and my girl.
Dan was playing in the orchestra for a show, so we stayed
We'll actually
here.
come past the theatre where I was playing. So Kay came to see the show in that theatre,
yeah.
and then we came back here and stayed in this hotel. And Kay was particularly frustrated with me that evening because I arranged for the Pearly Kings and Queens
Oh, gosh.
to come and stand right next to her,
I don't do Pearly Kings and Queens.
doing the Lamp
They
of the War.
wind me up.
Oi.
What is that all about with the
Oh, look at these
buttons
houses.
all over? Gosh, that one over there is stupidly old,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
just
Can you
spectacular.
look at
Amazing
it?
church. And I mean, just amazing that. That is
So old.
Yeah. Now, that night after we'd met, and then I woke up the next morning
On the floor.
on the floor in some strange two gentlemen. Yeah, well, two gentlemen. I
I
didn't.
know who they were,
Yeah, I also knew them.
Yeah. There was
Thankfully.
quite a lot of ribbing went on the next morning, I think.
Well, I got out of there pretty fast.
Oh, did you?
I got out there immediately.
You just left, you didn't even get breakfast or anything?
No, I just left and I walked along here
Oh, you did?
So
What
what's-
time was that then?
really early.
Yeah.
So I walked along here and then I went up the steps that we're going to walk past in a second because I was on my way around to the station because I thought
Right.
I just need to get back to my dad's because he'll be wondering
Where you are?
where I am and what on earth am I doing. So I remember walking around here in an absolute daze thinking, oh my goodness. Because, I mean, it was a sort of, it was definitely, we both said that it was a sort of lightning bolt
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah, and not ideal timing for both of us. So it was a sort of difficult situation.
Yeah,
At
I
the
suppose
same time as being
it's
like,
when you meet
what
in
was
later
that all
years.
about? Yeah.
When you're older, when you've met.
Yeah, life is a bit more complicated. It's not like we were
We weren't
18
that
or
old.
19. No, but it is more complex once you get into your late 20s, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sort of, yeah.
Yeah, it is, definitely. So we're now coming along the river, and across from us is the museum gardens.
Yeah.
Now, that is a place very close to my heart. I think it's a wonderful spot in York. On the hottest day, on the busiest day, I've always been able to go in there and find a spot
Yeah.
to sit down and
A
just...
bit of peace.
Yeah, and just take a moment.
And Bryony does that actually as well. Like, I mean, it was really busy when she started uni last year, wasn't it? And she
Yeah.
would often say she just went into the museum gardens with a book and sat on a bench
Yeah.
and read for a bit.
Our daughter, Bryony, she's at university here, and it's sort of amazing that she's ended up
It
back
really
here
is,
because
yeah.
we didn't steer it this way
We
at all.
didn't. No, we absolutely didn't. People probably think we did, but we didn't.
No.
She was quite set on wanting to come to York.
Yeah.
And we came to see there's two universities in York. There's a small one and then there's a really big one.
Yeah,
And she was set on the smaller one.
yeah,
And we came to an open day a few months before
yeah.
the start date and looked around. And she just straight away, she was, yeah, this is where I want to go.
Yeah.
And this is the course I want to do.
We'll get up on this bridge because I have a photo. I'll stand and get the shot.
Right.
Because I found a photo, I think I showed it to you, Kay, of York in about 1820 or 1830.
Right.
And it was from right on this spot looking across York. And it really gives you, yeah, it's about here.
Right.
So that's the view today, but then I'll slowly fade and you can see the view from, and I'll put up the date of when this photo was. And I think what is so amazing is a lot's changed, but a huge amount hasn't changed. And I think that that is one of the special things about York, and the special thing
Yeah.
about all sorts of historic cities. It's such a cool river. The one thing we've never done actually, and we should do sometime, we should go on like a little river cruise.
Yeah, we haven't done that, have we?
No.
I think we've said every time we've come we want to do it, but this occasion it's way too cold. I mean, it would be
Yeah.
absolute, I mean, that wind is so cold.
I
So
think it would
being
be-
on the river is even colder.
Yeah. It would be a perfect activity to do on a really hot summer day.
Yeah, because it's always cooler on the river because you get a breeze no
Yeah.
matter really what the day is.
It would really cool you off, I think. The thing I always remember when I was young, and I was always really interested in it, was rowing. I would have loved to have had a go.
Yeah.
You always get people rowing along the river here, and one of Bryony's friends actually,
Yeah,
she's part of the rowing club that's right behind us now.
she is, yeah.
But we came past York Rowing Club on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
And that led me, when I was a kid and used to go on holiday to Spain, my dad's boat, you could put
Oh, going in here.
oars
All right.
onto it and you could row it. And I absolutely
Loved
loved it.
it,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness. I loved it more than sailing, and I did enjoy sailing a lot. But I don't know, there was something really
look
special.
at the hellebores.
Oh, hold on then.
Aren't they just lovely? That colour,
Completely gorgeous.
so
And
velvety.
you're impressing me once again with
my
your
plant knowledge.
with your plant spotting. See if you can pick out anything.
Well, that's a mahonia there.
What, the big thing?
This spiky thing.
Well, let's have a look.
But there's no flowers on it right now. That's
Yeah.
a mahonia. It has like yellow flower spikes.
So we're coming across, and that up there, you know what that is, don't you? That
St.
stone,
Mary?
No,
No.
the stone building that's closest to us here.
That?
That building right there is an observatory,
Ah, that makes sense.
and that was put in the Victorian era
Yeah.
when they were very into
Yes.
doing all those types of things. And this was really in its heyday
Yeah.
in the Victorian era, these gardens,
Yeah.
because that's also when the museum there was built and opened, and it's really good actually.
It's
if you
good.
come
We've
to
been
York,
in there. It is worth a visit.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Yorkshire Museum is really cool.
Yeah.
But we must just look at this for a second. Now, a lot of people come to York, and it is a city that was built by the Romans, but there's not a lot of actual Roman remains. That is, because of the orange line in the middle of the wall. So that was built by Septimius Severus.
Oh,
And Septimius Severus' sons were Caracalla and Geta,
right.
who were in the film
Gladiator
Gladiator 2 that came out earlier, well, I think it was late last year, early this year. But that wall there, I've always loved, because I obviously love
Yeah.
the old Romans.
Yeah.
And the people who made it truly famous were Time Team, who dug just behind there.
That's right. Yeah.
They were looking for part of St Leonard's Hospital,
Yeah.
because part of it is right here. We'll
right
come past it in
there,
a
yeah.
second and you'll see. But the other part they were digging for there, and I don't think they found too much, did they?
No.
No, which was a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
We do love that episode though in York, because
We do.
they go digging for gladiators, don't they?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the grounds to what's the hotel
The
called?
hotel near the station.
Yeah, the station
Station
hotel.
hotel, I think, possibly.
Now, this is one of the most spectacular approaches to the Minster, I think, in York. This is completely iconic.
I actually bought a painting, didn't I?
Yeah.
A print. It was a print.
Oh, we
of a
would have liked to have bought the
We would have
painting.
liked to have bought the painting. It was
Goodness.
a print of a painting, and it was this view in the snow, but it was from like the times when there was horses and carriages.
Now, this behind it is the back entrance to the theatre. And this is the place where Kay came to see me and my girl.
Yeah.
And that's the way we used to go in with all the gear.
Yeah.
Because that doorway there leads you right out onto the stage. Amazing. God, this brings back so many memories walking down here. I used to get dropped off on this corner
Yeah.
when I was a choir boy all the time.
I used to run down there.
And then I remember vividly the day when the Minster got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
That my mum brought me, and there was a police cordon right where that car is turning
Yeah.
now. So she just said I'd get out and walk into school. So I did. I got out of the car and I walked forward to go past the police cordon, and the policeman went, "No chance, son."
Can't get in, no.
And I'm like,
your
well-
mum didn't know what had gone on.
Oh no, she knew.
Oh, she did.
She
Yes,
knew
she
exactly
did.
what had gone on.
But she still thought you'd be going to school.
Yeah.
When the building was on fire.
Oh well, it wasn't on fire by then.
Oh, right, okay.
So the school was open,
No.
but the police wouldn't let me through.
Oh, so you couldn't get to it.
So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? My mum's driven off. And the policeman's like, that's not my problem, son. So I said, well, what should I do? He said, I don't care, but you're not standing here. And in that moment, the old head teacher, Richard Shepherd,
Yeah.
appeared along and walked me into school.
Aw.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Folks, we have made it to the Minster. I suspect Kay is thrilled because we can get inside and get warm.
a bit.
So we have made it inside. And I've got to say, it's stunning, but I'm very, very happy for the warmth.
Yes, I'm still not taking my hat off at this point.
Yes,
I'm savouring the
I'm
warmth.
picking my hat up as well.
Yeah.
What a wonderful start to the walk. And now, can you believe it? We found the waterfront restaurant. Oh.
No, it wasn't.
I remember. Yes. I remember so vividly, don't you? I remember walking in.
Yes, I do remember.
Yes.
And that's why I knew it wasn't the other, because
Yeah,
it had it was a bar downstairs and then you could eat upstairs.
And as you said on the walk, you had manipulated the seating plan.
I think I did. I seem to remember I did. It's a long time ago. It was, 2003, I think? Wow, that seems a long time ago, doesn't it? But yeah, I think I did, because I wanted to be sat next to you. It's a bit cheeky, isn't it?
That's not cheeky.
So we were sat next to each other, and I seem to remember I had some sort of lemon chicken thing.
Oh, it's 1984.
I know. What did you have? Do you remember?
I can't remember.
No, I can't remember either.
For some reason, I feel like it might have been some sort of salad with fish.
Well, why would you have had that? Because you always choose inappropriate things when we go out to eat. Always. He's like, oh, yeah, that looks nice. And I'll say, that won't fill you. You'll eat that in 3 seconds and you'll be hungry again. I
listen to her now and I tend to order more than one thing now.
Yeah, he does.
So then...
Usually Dan will get a starter and a main at the same time.
Yes.
To make sure he's full.
Back in the 80s, you got a main course. You were full.
You were, yeah. I think, if you go out for a pizza and stuff like that, you're fine, aren't you? But if you're going out for like a pub, more of a pub lunch, and maybe especially if it's a bit posh, which that wasn't, but portion size can be small, can't it? And I'm always like, oh, he's not going to be full, he's chosen a salad.
So first part of the walk all done. When we come back, we're going to get inside the Minster and we're going to reminisce a little bit. We've already touched a little bit on the my memories, which are really quite vivid, of the fire of 1984. But we're going to touch a bit more on that, and then also we're going to get onto those walls and have a walk along our favourite section. You're going to love it.
You are.
Right now, though, it's time for Kay to show you her pick of the projects.
Yay, right, okay. Honestly, you are not going to believe it when I talk about this. Because I texted a friend last night and showed her, and she's like, have you had a knitting personality transplant? What is going on? I said, yeah, I know. I'm as shocked as you are. So here we go then. So it's in this lovely bag. So I started pulling out my Christmas bags, everybody. Has anyone else started doing that? Because,
No.
You just use the same bags all year round, honey.
I don't have any Christmas bags. Even in my heart, I was going, too.
I need to make you one then, a Christmas bag.
Okay. Thanks.
But then I made you a bag for your birthday and you've never used it.
I will use it.
Okay.
It's because there hasn't been an opportunity. There now is an opportunity to put something into it.
Is there? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's all I was...
I'll be on the needles next time, probably.
Yes, that's all I was waiting for.
Oh, right, okay.
So I wasn't just going to dump any old, half-done project into that bag.
Oh, I do. If I want to use a bag, I'll transfer things from one bag to another. Won't you do that?
A gorgeous, fresh
Oh, I do that all the time. If, I fancy a change, if a project's been in there for a while and season might have changed, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm going to put that in a Christmas bag.
The bag's the bag for me.
Right, okay. Well... This lovely project is in a Christmas bag, and it's this one that I made. Do you remember this? So I love doing this, and I'm stitching something at the moment, actually. I'm cross-stitching something that I would love to make into a bag, but I think Brian will want it. But anyway, I love doing cross-stitches. Lovely nutcracker here. This one is from, I'm sure this is Caterpillar cross-stitch, but it's like a big piece, and I just took off the nutcracker and then scattered around some motifs. And then patchworked it into this lovely Christmas bag. These are all Liberty quilting cotton. And the one inside it is what is as well with stars. Into a lovely bag. I love this size actually as well. I like this longer size because this project, I've got a few balls of yarn in here and I've got a little notebook and some needles, and it's got room to sort of spread around, So... in this lovely bag is a sock. And you're thinking, well, that's not very exciting. She knits socks all the time.
So there's two exciting things about this.
Okay.
Isn't there?
Yes, there is two exciting things about this.
Don't just show the sock. You should tell everyone what the two exciting things are separately.
I am. I don't even know how this came about. Things just sometimes pop into my brain. But I just thought, wouldn't it be nice to be able to use a self-striping yarn, but also incorporate a bit of colour work into it? So I've said the first word. So I've never done colour work on socks. And I guess the reason mainly is because I never really liked working colour work using the methods that I generally knit socks with, magic loop or double points. I just could never get to grips with the changeovers, with your floats. And I've tried it before, and it was just such a stress for me to get your float tension right over those changeovers. I was like, oh no, I just don't even want to think about that. But then when I was thinking about this the other day, I thought, well, do you know what I could do? Can you all guess what I'm going to say? I could get a pair of 9-inch circulars. I've said it. And you know how I felt about 9-inch circulars in the past.
Well, some people will, some people won't.
Maybe you won't. So I've always kind of poo-pooed 9-inch circulars as ridiculous and impossible to use. I have tried them in the past. It's a few years ago now, because my friend Dr. Sarah uses them, and I remember we met her one time and she was knitting this pair of socks, and she says, here, have a go. And I had a little go. I was like, no, it's not for me. But I did buy a pair after that, and I did try it, but I very quickly dismissed it, just as like, I just can't do this. However, when it came to thinking about knitting colourwork and socks, my thought was, well, I could just use it for doing the colourwork portion, because all I wanted was a pretty colourwork section at the top of the cuff, at the top of the leg. And then I can just move back to my normal method, and it will have just served its purpose, and I'll just cope with it for that amount of time. I can do it for a few rounds, because, working colourwork on a circular needle is so much easier, isn't it? So I ordered myself a needle. I just thought I'd get, a fairly cheap one, because I didn't anticipate I was going to use it for very long. So I just ordered a Knit Pro Zing. And I did start using this, and let me tell you, this needle is not nice. It's not good. So this was the first one I tried. So I'm using 2.5mm, which is what I normally use, and it's the 9-inch circulars. So here's the needle, the Zing. Now, one needle tip was quite nice. The other one is sort of flat on the end, but that would have been fine. The thing that was horrendous was the join here. And, it's just really bad. You can't see it, but can you see how my nail is catching here? Well, literally every single stitch was catching on it, and I was having to push around constantly. It was horrendous. So I ordered, luckily what I'd done actually is I'd ordered another one from Wool Warehouse. I just got this one. I actually ordered it from Amazon. I broke my Amazon rule because I just wanted one quickly. It's literally, I think, the only thing we've bought this year from Amazon. Anyway, I'd ordered one from Wool Warehouse, but I'd ordered it like on a Friday afternoon, so I knew I wasn't going to get it until Tuesday. I think I got it. But I'd ordered a higher. They didn't have chow goos. I really wanted a chow goo, but they didn't have one. Anyway, I got the higher, which is this one. And it's not a sharp, it's a steel. So it's not the super pointy one, it's the steel, which is the slightly duller one. And that's the one I'm using right now, and it's like chalk and cheese. It's so much better. However, the one thing I did like about the Knit Pro is that the needle tip is just slightly longer than the higher. And when these are so short, it makes a big difference. So I am going to order a chow goo, because I think most people that I'm aware of that use these a lot prefer chow goos. So I am going to order a chow goo. Why are you ordering a Chowgu, you might be asking yourself, when you don't even like knitting on short circulars? Well, I'll tell you why. Because I kind of like it. So, shall I show you the sock? Because I'm really excited about this sock. So first of all, I'll tell you the yarn. I'm using a yarn I just got from Freckle Whimsy. I'm part of her, I'm in her monthly self-striping club, and this is the November one, which I just received. And it's called Hot Cider and Hayrides. And I've just about finished the leg. So my idea...
would love to see the sock.
Yeah, I'm going to show you the sock. And then I'll talk about it. Because look, it's on a short circular. And here we go. Here's the sock. So this is where I'm up to. So what I've done... Oh, isn't it lovely? I've got to say, I'm absolutely thrilled with this. So I found a Colourwork chart, and I actually got this from a really old, I think it's like a Fair Isle and Shetland knitting book that's got loads of really vintage patterns in it, and this was one of them, and it just happened to fit my stitch count, so I was like, that's perfect. And the float length is not too long, and I just thought it was really pretty. So what I did was I started off the sock just using the self-striping on the cuff, and then I stopped the cuff at the end of a stripe. Now this self-striping happens to alternate with this kind of neutral colour, but you know, if it had been any other self-striping, I would have just ended it at whatever colour was relevant to the length of cuff. I've then added in this Colourwork panel using the mini as the background colour. So this was the mini that came with the yarn. And then I managed to match this colour that I've used for the sort of snowflake is actually one of my own yarns, but fortuitously it almost identically matched the neutral colour. This one that I've used is the Miss Havisham colour. Do you remember when I did the Reading Corner cowl for my series? Was it last year? This is Miss Havisham. And it all but matched perfectly. I could have just used like a white for the snowflakes, but because I had this and I thought it's going to match that colour, well, that's just brilliant. So I added in this panel, and then I just picked back up the self-striping where it would have been up here. You know, so I cut it obviously here, worked this panel, and then just picked it back up and then started knitting with the self-striping again. And I think I've just about finished the leg now. So I've ended on this creamy colour, and then the heel is going to be with the contrast. I'll work down the foot, and then I'll probably do the toe with the contrast as well. So instead of using the contrast for the cuff, what I've basically done is I've used it for the background for the colour work. And you know, when I was doing this colour work, I only did it yesterday because my needle didn't arrive until yesterday, and so I was like, oh, just working away like mad on it, thinking, what's my colour work going to be like? Well, I've got to say, I think it's the best looking colour work that I've done, you know, in terms of stretch, because that's the thing, isn't it? That's the other thing with putting colour work into socks. You're always worried about the stretch. Well, I think it's pretty good. And shall I show you my floats? I've not even looked myself. Should we turn it inside out? Looks pretty good. Oh, it looks lovely. Look at that. And oh my gosh, I'm so enjoying this sock. And as much as I thought I would absolutely detest these needles, I find that I'm not, and so much so that I just wanted to carry on working with them after I'd finished the colour work. Because the other thing I wasn't sure about is, what's my tension going to do? What's my gauge going to be like with these needles? I've no idea. And I measured it within the colourwork section when I was doing that. And it's pretty much what I would normally get with 2.5mm. I usually get about 8.5 stitches to the inch. And the colourwork section, it's not quite 9, but it's not quite 8.5 as well. And then I measured it again when I was working down here, and it was the same. So I've managed to maintain the tension my gauge is the same across the colourwork as in the normal bit, the normal stocking stitch. So I really love this. And I had this idea for a particular thing for next year, but this is just sort of like a trial version. I just wanted to give it a go. So although the snowflakey thing doesn't necessarily match with the yarn that I've chosen to knit it with, I loved this colour so much that I just had to get it on my needle straight away. It's sort of like an November frost, because you do get frost in November, don't you, quite often? So it's like November frost is the sort of thing that I've got going on. So what do you think? And these needles, right? So when I started on the other ones and I was like, oh, it's going to be horrible. But very quickly, I kind of found a way of holding them that wasn't too uncomfortable. And I was like, well, this is amazing, because the last time I had a go on these, I absolutely loathed them. But I'm quite enjoying it. So obviously the heel, I think I'm going to put in my butterfly heel, but the heel I will work on 2 double points. I know it is possible to work a heel flap and a gusset using the short circulars, but I think it's really awkward. And in this case, I think I'll do a butterfly heel anyway, so I'm just going to use double points for that and then go back to the short circulars. And then obviously the toe, you're going to need double points or a long circular to do. But these higher, shall I show you the difference between the needle tips? So here's the higher, and here's the Knit Pro. So it's probably 1/4 of an inch longer here, the Knit Pro. And although that doesn't sound a lot, in terms of the overall size of the needles and what it feels like to hold them, I think it just makes quite a big difference. So I'd be interested to see how long the needle tip is for the chow goo when I get that. So what do you think? Are you actually blown away that I'm using these needles? And I've been asked so many times, right, for tutorials and information about knitting socks on these short circulars, and I've always said it's just not my thing, I'm afraid. Well, now I feel like I can really have a go with this, and I'm going to I'll knit a few pairs of socks using them, gain a bit of knowledge, and then I might be in a position to do a little series maybe, because I've done series on knitting socks on double points and magic loops, so why not do one on a short circular? I'm just amazed, and I just want to sit and knit on this tiny needle. I kind of like that you've not got needles hanging off and stuff. So there we go.
It's a jumper. That's my pick of the projects. Oh. It's my Albion jumper, and the reason why it's my pick of the projects is because I'm knitting flat. And it's going really, really well. I've managed to complete the pattern section, and I'm now knitting plain. And actually knitting plain when you're going flat is actually quite sort of engaging, just because it's a knit row and it's a purl row, of course, if you're knitting, what's it called?
Stocking stitch.
Thank you. And yesterday when we were filming these for the show, Kay made a comment on my stocking stitch, and
it's beautiful.
I asked her if she was joking.
He always thinks I'm joking when I'm paying him compliments about his knitting. I said, I'm absolutely not joking. It's beautiful stocking stitch. Can you see how gorgeous and neat that is? It's just a joy to look at.
Just paying super attention on the purl rows and, making sure the tension stays nice and true all the way through.
It's beautiful.
And the comment you made was quite right, and that is how it's allowing the yarn to really shine.
Yeah.
And it really is.
It was in the light, wasn't
colourful.
it, when we were looking? And actually, it's not a flat colour at all.
No.
It's very heathered.
Yeah.
And you can see lighter bits of blue, and you can see quite a lot of purple in there as well. It's just gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's the
Cascade 220.
Yeah.
And the colourway is 9449.
It's Midnight Heather.
And that's the yarn. I was looking away from the camera so it didn't focus on my eyes.
That's the colour. It's just gorgeous.
It's surprisingly warm. I just had it on my knee.
It's wool.
Yeah. I didn't realise.
Yeah.
It's really surprisingly warm. It'll be interesting comparing this to the Lopes and seeing the difference in the warmth and the feel. But it definitely is going to sort of work for that sort of fisherman's type jumper vibe, which is what I was going for. So that is my pick of the projects, and it's my pick of the projects just because I don't knit flat very often, and here's my chance to knit flat, and it's totally working. I could properly get into that. I really think I could.
Do you know what you should do?
And I'm doing a garter stitch selvage on the side. You
should knit a garment in pieces. I'll sew it together.
Yeah, well, maybe I'll work towards that.
We should find you a vintage pattern.
I just want
knit it in pieces.
Pause for a moment to talk about the utter stupidity of 9-inch circulars.
It was really hilarious yesterday.
I'd also like to say that for all the positivity that's just been flooding from this corner of the room, there's none of that from this corner of the room, and I'm also very pleased to say that huge quantities of people agree with me.
Yeah, well, I would have been one of them, honey, up until this point. So
it's horses for courses at the end of the day.
It is horses for courses, but one thing I said to Dan this morning was, it just shows you that you should never fully dismiss something. You know, you might just say, that's not for me right now.
Yeah, and
who's to say it won't be in the future?
If I was going to knit colourwork on a sock, I'd do what you're doing. And I'd just find a way of making it work.
And that was my attitude as well. That I will just do it for that little section, and then I'll go back to my normal method.
You use the right tool for the right job.
And I was like, well, do you know what? I quite like this. I'm going to carry on. It's a revelation.
If I had small hands, it might work.
Dan's got massive, like, quarterback size hands.
I genuinely do. And so, you know, they're so small, I couldn't even get them out of the packet.
No, you couldn't, no. But I've got small hands, so
yes.
I think having small hands is an advantage, I would say.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage.
But that's not a guarantee that...
No. If you've got large hands, I would say that the chances are you're probably going to struggle.
I think you would find it more difficult. I mean, I was sort of... This side, I sort of hold like that. I kind of loop my hand around, and then... Because I let go of the needle. I've seen a lot of people when they knit continental, you know, where the yarn's on the other side, you're not ever letting go of that needle, but I always let go of the needle to wrap.
Do you know what,
so it's a little bit, you've got to find a way of
just thinking about it. If you said to me right now that you can't knit socks on DPNs, I'd use those ahead of Magic Loop.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Because Magic Loop seems ludicrous to me with all the pushing and pulling.
Well, I enjoy Magic Loop. To be honest now, I think the thing with discovering this is it just gives me another method, something new. And I only said to you a week or so ago that my sock mojo, I was feeling a bit like not very socky. And now I'm like, oh, so isn't that's a positive thing, isn't it? You know?
Should try knitting a jumper on those.
Well, you do. It's just a bigger circular.
I know. I'm just being silly.
It's to be a jumper for a very small teddy bear.
Oh, don't start me on that. That's our pick of the project.
Yes.
Now it's time for me. No, you first of all.
No.
You first of all, because there's three.
Dan Jones.
No, it's you first of all. So I shall say, Kay Jones, what's off your needles?
So I've got two things. Well, I've got one thing off my needles and one thing off my needle, my stitchy needle. So I did finish the cross stitch for Bryony for her birthday. Do you know I was working on the X-Files cross stitch?
I want to believe.
I did finish it, and it turned out fantastic actually. And for the back of it, I just finished it in a hoop because I knew that's what she'd want to do. She'd just want to hang it in her room on a hoop. But I got one of those, it's called a Hoop Buddy from Caterpillar Cross Stitch. Has anybody ever used these? Well, let me tell you, it was genius. They only come in, like, at the moment, in 6-inch and 7-inch sizes. So it's only for small pieces. But it luckily, mine just fit into the 7-inch. And basically, it's just this piece of circular wood that you just push into the back of your finished piece. So, you know, it's in the hoop, you just fold in all of your fabric at the back and then just push the piece of wood in and it's done.
Amazing.
None of the kind of cinching in and then putting a piece of felt on and sewing it around. It was absolutely brilliant, so I really recommend those. But yeah, I finished it, I gave it to her for her birthday and she loves it, and it's now happily living in her flat. So the second thing I finished is Dan's hat, his running hat. that I was making last time. If you remember, I used the moustache yarn, and this is the Bounty Hunter colourway. So it's Mr. Boba Fett.
I love that. His full title.
He should be Mr. Boba Fett.
Well, he is.
He is, yeah.
But he is.
He's a very formal person, isn't he, I suppose?
So his name is Mr. Boba Fett?
So it's Mr. Boba Fett.
Correct.
Mr. Fett, how are you today?
Yes.
I wonder if they call him Bob.
Maybe they do.
Maybe they do.
Maybe his first name's actually Robert.
Maybe it is Robert Fett. You see, now I've made him
Plumber.
sound... Yeah, now I've made him sound like...
Accountant.
An accountant.
Robert Fett and Son.
So I finished his hat and it worked out lovely. I only ended up using, I think, about 35 grams of yarn, something like that. And it's brilliant. Do you want to just pop it on?
I would love to.
Show the people. Oh, it's perfect.
Is this a running hat?
It's a running hat.
Oh my goodness.
Put your head down.
I need a Star Wars top.
Look.
I need a Star Wars running
really
top,
well.
Kay.
It fits really well. It's perfect, isn't it?
Yes.
So I knit the length to about 6.5 inches and then did the decreases, and it worked out.
It's perfect.
Absolutely
Thanks so
ideal.
much. I totally need a Star Wars running top now.
A Star Wars running top.
Yes.
So you
That
could
would be so
actually
cool.
be Mr. Boba Fett.
Running.
Yeah. So
Keeping
there you
fit.
go.
Fett is fit. Kay jumped over one because I've got a finished...
Dan's got a
thingamy
finished
too.
thing too.
Here it is. I gave it to our lovely daughter Bryony as a birthday present.
Yes.
So that was really exciting. So this is the Sweetheart Cowl.
Yeah.
And is knitted in 2 yarns.
2 yarns. One of the dark grey colour is Eden Cottage yarns in... What was the colourway? Was it No, it wasn't charcoal. I forget what the colourway name was. But,
And the other one was the
But
one
the
that
other
you
one
liked.
I dyed. Yeah. It didn't have a name. It was just a really bright, fun, sort of peachy, corally sort of colour. And she loves it. She's been wearing it. She sent us a photo, didn't she?
Yeah.
She's like, look, I'm
I
wearing
was so
my cowl
happy.
today.
I was so happy when she put it on.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed knitting that, and I yarn already dyed up, ready to do a new
Yes.
cowl for another very special family member.
I'm going to show you. I've got it right here.
Wow.
So, yeah, Dan's going to be starting a new cowl, and this particular person asked for earthy colours. So I dyed up these.
Gorgeous.
Aren't they lovely? So I've done like a pale mossy green and then this gorgeous kind of autumnal, very tonal yarn. It's very layered. And I put on both of these, I put on at the end when I dyed them, I put on a wash of black, just a very, just a little bit of black in the pot and put on a wash of black. And that kind of earths them down a bit. So, yeah, those will be on the needles next time.
We need to get back to our walk because I want to get inside the Minster.
Yes.
I want to go and look at all the places, at all the things. So, yes, let's return for the second part of our wonderful winter walk. So we have made it inside, and I've got to say, it's stunning, but I'm very, very happy for the warmth.
Yes, I'm still not taking my hat off at this point.
Yes,
I'm savouring the
I'm
warmth.
picking my hat on as well.
Yeah.
Oh, now, this is this.
Oh, yeah, there's a little exhibition about the fire because it's an anniversary. Last year, actually, it was the anniversary because it was July 1984
Yeah.
when the fire happened. And it was right here above us.
So, 1984, I mentioned outside that I was going to school that morning. 9 years old I was. No, I'd have been 8. Anyway, that's what was in here at the Minster. Thankfully over in the school everything was fine. But look at it today. Back to its former glory.
No, indeed.
I mean, it is breathtaking. And then just here is the Seven Sisters window, which is absolutely, it's so intricate if you look closely.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Could it do with a good clean, or is it me?
Probably. Let's go into the chapter house. The last time we were in here, it was full of Christmas trees, wasn't it?
It was, that's right, yeah.
And what's so special in here is the roof.
It's amazing. The floor tiles are amazing as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're so beautiful.
I've done school plays in here.
Have you really?
Yeah. The audience was here, the stage was there.
Right.
We also used the balcony up there as well.
Gosh, really?
Yeah,
So there must be little staircases going up there.
there is.
Right.
Shall I tell you what the school play was?
What?
Wind in the Willows.
You're kidding?
No. So we've come into the choir, and this is where I spent most of my time when I was a choir boy, funnily enough. And we came, didn't we,
We did.
to a service here quite recently, and we were very
Sat-
lucky,
Sat right there, weren't we?
to literally sit there. When I was a choir boy, I used to sing just over here.
And these, I think, were they real candles when
Yes,
you
they
used
were,
to?
yeah.
These are not
So
real candles.
My
now.
spot was there. But when I was really little, I started off there or there, but then I ended up here. And that's where I was stood when I did the Sussex Cowl. And
Right.
I remember that Derek Jameson, he was sort of in the middle here. He was like,
Nice.
talking. And then he walked down the line and, William Valentine. And then there was James Harbottle, and he got his name wrong. He called him James Harbuckle. And I was sort of hoping, certainly wasn't looking for stardom, but I was hoping he might actually come and say hello to the boy who was just about to sing the solo. Oh, no.
Didn't.
Never even came over here. This was Cantoris. That was Decani. That's what the two sides are called in all choirs. So Cantoris and Decani. And he never came over this side. He just stuck on Decani.
Right.
But that's where the head chorister was. William Valentine was the head chorister.
What a
And
great name.
William Valentine, he's now, well, the last time I knew, and I suspect he'll still be doing the same thing, but he was in the Met. Here's the organ. I mean, just amazing. It is spectacular, isn't it?
It really is.
And then the roof is completely nuts. And those bosses up there are original. It's the ones out here on the left.
That had the Blue Peter competition
yeah,
because of the fire.
Yes,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a view and a half, though, isn't it? Look,
Really is.
I mean, crumbs. There's been a few times I've walked down these steps, and funnily enough, I was thanking God that it was the end of a service. And look, all those people, they're waiting to do the tower climb.
Yeah. Catch me doing that. You've done it, haven't you?
I've done that a few times. And when my dad was a choir boy here, it used to be open for like choir boys to go and, it was much more open then than it was even when I was here. When I was here, I couldn't just walk up their stairs and go up there.
No.
At the end of a service, the boys would run up to the top.
Really?
There was no barriers on the top.
Gosh.
And he said, my dad used to say, had a friend who would climb out and sit on gargoyles. Literally, if the gargoyle had dropped, he would have dropped a long, long, long way.
Yeah, it wouldn't be with us. Yeah.
So, folks, that is our little Minster trip.
Beautiful.
It has been rather spectacular, but the joy keeps on coming because
does.
we're going to go and head for a little walk around the York walls, the best bit of the walls that actually encompasses this bit of
Yep.
York. So let's get out and get on the walls, and we'll continue our lovely winter walk.
We're going up here.
We are.
Cool. You go first.
So the reason why this is my favourite bar is because this is where the Via Principalis, which was the Roman main road that used to run straight into the Roman fortress which once stood here in York prior to the Vikings coming and knocking it down and covering it over with mud, but this was the Via Principalis, which then used to run straight down. We've just walked along there, haven't we? Straight down there into York, but then get to come through the actual bar. And there's no other bars where you can do this now.
No.
That's where the drawbridge was. And then up we go onto what is most definitely, I think, this is the bit we normally come to, isn't it?
It is.
Because the views are famous along here.
Yeah.
And I ran along here this morning.
Did you?
I did.
Goodness.
But lots of people think the walls are Roman, and they're not.
Yeah.
Because what happened in 886 was the Vikings arrived and took over York, and they covered over the Roman walls, because the Roman walls were flat to the ground. So the Roman walls are underneath here, on, you know, in the mud that are below this wall. These walls, the Vikings built like a wooden palisade with spikes, and then it was
medieval.
1290. That's when the walls, as we see them today, were put up. But, you know, lots of these stones will have been replaced. The beauty of having this camera is
You can see over the walls.
there used to be a knitting shop
yes.
down there.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah. I think we're good to go, aren't we?
Beautiful view.
I mean, look at that garden.
It's an amazing garden, isn't it? You could have some garden parties down there, couldn't you?
I mean, yes.
Plenty of room for us to build an office out there. But saying that, you wouldn't need one if you had that house right there, would
And
you?
look at the minster there. Oh, it's completely beautiful.
It's lovely, yeah. You should definitely walk the walls if you're ever in York. I think it's something that probably gets, it might pass some people by, maybe.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be physically able to do it. There's lots of steps going up and down and narrow little footpaths.
Yeah.
But it's definitely worth doing.
I mean, it's spectacular seeing all the different
Roofs and everything, yeah.
and the eras of
And the windows and
architecture,
yeah.
from horrendous 60s
Yeah,
extras
I know.
to beautiful Georgian.
You wonder how things got permission then, but they did.
I mean, you've got to hope. I mean, you probably can't see, but there's definitely more modern bits there.
I can see that.
And that actually looks so much nicer.
I don't think planners mind. I think they would rather have something modern that respects the original.
Yeah.
You know, rather than like a pastiche of the original.
Yeah. I remember sitting up here when we came. Do you remember when we came on the train?
Yes.
We came years ago on the train, long before. It was when Bryony was in primary school.
Yeah, she's only little.
And, you know, now, you know, we had no idea what she was going to end up being or doing.
No.
And now, you know, she's here at university, and her university's not too far from here, which is just
I
spectacular.
think we might see it, actually, from the walls. Do we see it down there?
We will do, actually.
Yes, I'll show you. Here's Bryony's university. Oh, she's not in there today. She's in her flat reading Jekyll and Hyde right now. Lovely old buildings in her university there.
It's built in the 19th century.
It's quite, there's like a courtyard at the back that's, sorry, in the middle, I should say, not at the back. It's very Harry Potter, isn't it?
Yeah, the quad is...
The quad, that's it. I couldn't think of the word.
It's amazing. You know, it's a really lovely spot.
It really is.
What an iconic image this is, Kay, because there are the stonemasons.
You can see bits of stone they're working on.
And they're working on stone for the building
going
that's right
into-
behind that you can see. I mean, completely amazing. I would sort of love to have a go.
Oh yeah, I'd have a go.
I'd be terrible, I think.
I think you would be terrible. I think
Can I walk next to you?
I think I'd be all right.
Oh no, I might not be able to get next to you. Because it is quite thin,
narrow.
isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite narrow.
Yes, this is Kay's favourite bit.
Oh gosh.
There's people going down them, so I'd just go straight for it.
Just go straight for it.
Yeah, because there's people already going down.
Oh jeez, okay.
Here we go.
Bryony hates this.
And you love it, it's your favourite.
I do not like it. I don't know how you do it with your big feet in these little steps. Watch your head.
Yeah, I know. I just lean back.
Oh, it's
Thankfully, not all the
absolutely
entries
bonkers.
and exits, and we're just going straight when we get off.
Okay. Thank you.
Cheers. Made it.
Oh.
Let me just show everyone what we just walked down off of. Another one of the ceremonial entrances.
Yeah.
And that's the little staircase we just came out of. And it is small. So we are now coming away from the walls and we're coming down Old Walk.
It's a good Oxfam shop, that. Bryony bought something from there.
From there?
She did. She saw that
Wow.
elephant in the window.
Right.
So Bryony's got this thing for ornaments. And it's so bizarre because I am the least ornamenty person you could possibly meet.
You can get cyclists at pace down here. Carry on a bit
And
with
we
your
walked
ornaments.
past that Oxfam shop, which is like a charity shop.
Yeah.
The last time we were here, I think, around Christmas time, she saw this sort of elephant ornament in it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I really love that. And it was closed at the time. And then we got home, me and Dan got home, and then she sent me a text saying, I went back the next day and I got the elephant.
So we're coming down Old Walk now, and we're coming past. It's the Merchant Tailors Hall. So this is 12th century. This was where so basically it was like all the well, they weren't unions then. Basically, all the people who had a job, they formed together into a group. So you had the merchant adventurers, the merchant tailors, and there's 2 or 3 more as well. And you didn't just find them in York, you'd find them in all towns. And basically, they just used to look after each other and make sure, that...
God, it's a beautiful building.
Isn't it beautiful?
Georgia, and it looks absolutely gorgeous.
The windows are amazing, aren't they? And look at the entranceway.
It's a really beautiful building. It looks like it might be flats now. Probably 2 properties, actually, because there's 2 doors. That door is grander than
Yeah,
that
it is.
door.
Yeah.
Actually, that door might have had that over it.
Oh, yeah, it looks like
Looking
something's
at
been
it.
removed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, beautiful. Yeah, there's a famous building here on the corner, and I can't remember exactly what it is. But there's a plaque on it.
This one.
Yeah, we must look at the plaque. St Saviour's Parish, it says on the wall there. Do you know what? I think we're close to St Saviour Gate Church.
Oh, where Bryony went to the cinema?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let's just look.
Oh, gosh,
I'm
that
sure there's something
wind.
on around here. It's another guild.
Right. It's a boys' school, 1705 to 1946.
Wow.
It
So the
housed
Guild of St Anthony, I
York
don't know what that
Blue-
is.
No.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah.
Now, further down there,
Mm-hmm.
that's where if ever you come to York as well, York's now become famous for the ghost shop, hasn't it?
Yes.
And the queue is just
Outrageous.
It's insanity.
Like hours. You have to queue hours.
But there's a little one just
Yeah, they've
just
got
down there.
a little sort of pop-up shop down
Yeah.
there. And Bryony goes there, doesn't she, to get hers?
It seems to be permanently open. It's funny that they say we only open it when we're busy.
Yeah.
Well, evidently they're
But
permanently
I
busy.
don't think your normal kind of tourist would know about it.
No. So we're getting to the end of our wonderful winter walk.
Yeah.
It's most definitely been different to the last one.
Very different, but very lovely.
Very, very lovely. The Snickle Ways of York.
They really are, yeah.
Yeah. That's a really famous book, actually, about the back
Oh,
roads
yeah,
of York.
that's right.
Written by Mark Jones.
Oh, no relation.
Well, if you went back 2,000 years, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But back then we were all related.
That's true.
So we're walking down Warmgate now. This is a really famous Viking street of York. There was traders either side, and this is another spot, isn't it, where Time Team dug? And they were looking for
Yes.
a shop front.
Yeah. It's
Which they
down-
found.
Further down. They did.
Well, we're going to...
Well, it's now got a modern apartment building on top of it.
Yeah.
Where they obviously were doing it, digging before they
Yeah.
built on it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're coming up on, I think, what is my favourite church in all of York. We went in it,
We did.
and it's the first time I'd ever been in it. I'd always sort of looked at it and loved it. It's called St Denny's, and the reason why I love it is it's so completely original.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like there's no transepts and There's no cross, you know, in the floor plan. It's a real sort of hodgepodge. But I think it's because originally it was a Viking church.
Yeah.
And they changed to Christianity. And here it is.
Oh, the snowdrops too.
Beautiful. You can see there's an entrance there that's been closed up.
Yeah.
Just stunning. I love it so much. I don't know why it's always appealed to me so much. Well, wasn't that spectacular?
Wow. That was fun, wasn't it?
I mean, how cool to see. It literally was the first time that Kay has seen that. I don't think you can really call it a pub. It's more of a restaurant.
I'd say it's a restaurant with a bar. It's a bar restaurant. It's not a pub.
Yes.
Yeah, pubs.
And, you know, I blame Jeremy Piven and that film, that Christmas film that we saw completely for messing up where we thought that we had first.
No, where you thought.
No, it was Kay. It was definitely Kay. No, it was me. It was me. Yes, my goodness, wonderful to see that, but it's always lovely to get in the Minster, isn't it?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Now, look, today has been more of a bustly city walk.
It has, yeah.
But I promised you a mini-series, and we're going to be back in just a couple of weeks, and it's going to be a lovely walk in the countryside in Richmondshire.
Yes.
So that's just going to be amazing. Lovely log cabin.
Yeah.
A lovely stroll through the country. Not many people, nice and quiet.
Yeah.
So it'll be the opposite to this walk.
It will.
So yes, we thought we'd give you the yin. Is it yin?
Yin and yang.
Yes, I didn't know if it was yin or yin.
No, it's ying.
Thank you. Don't think I've ever used that expression before.
I don't think he has.
So folks, thank you so much for watching
Everybody,
this
hope
wonderful
you
winter walk.
enjoyed that.
And we'll see you next time for another lovely
See you
walk.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Wasn't that lovely? Oh, it really was lovely.
I love the Minster. We went in recently, didn't we? And we'd had a really busy day. I can't remember. And we wanted to get a visit into the Minster before we went home, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we did. We squeezed it in and...
Well, you'd been busy doing something. I was busy doing something. I said, "There's no way we can manage this," and you went, "No, we're going."
I did. I said, "No,
so
we're going to go."
So just come and meet me, and we're going. And
So
I went and met her.
I was off doing one thing, you were off doing another, and I said, right, I'll meet you at the Minster. I'm walking there now.
So we met up, and you know, as we're approaching it, I'm thinking, what are we doing? This is crazy. And then you get inside and you sit down and you go, okay.
So that's what we did. We walked in and we sat down on the you know, they're not pews anymore, are they? But we just sat down for like maybe 10 or 15 minutes. We just sat there and we're like,
it's gorgeous.
Nice.
There's so much to look at.
And at the time as well,
you don't
when
even
we
have to
sat
move.
down...
You don't even have to move. You can just sit in one space.
You can just sit there.
And it's like...
And, I mean, although you do have to pay to go into the Minster, if you want to go in and say a prayer, then they will just let you in. You don't have to pay.
But you only pay once a year. You
do only pay once a year. And we always do that, you know, because we want to support the building and keep it maintained.
So you go, I mean, of course, if you're just going for a day trip, you know, and you don't live close, it's not going to work for you. But, you know, we go to York a lot, we pay once, and that's a whole year's entry.
It's a year's entry, yeah. And you can go in, you could go in every day if you wanted to, you know.
And to be fair, you know, if we were close, I would
go in every day. In front of us, just a couple of rows in front, there was a student and she was sat there, she got headphones on and she was sat and she was working.
It's brilliant.
She was just sat in there doing some work.
Right.
And I just think, well, that's just brilliant, isn't it?
It is brilliant.
But when we sat down, like a couple of minutes later, they
have a prayer every so often.
Yeah, I don't know the name of the type of person that stood up there. It's not a priest, it's...
Oh, it is just one of there'll be a resident priest on that day who comes out
and this lady just got up and just this bell rang and she said, "Oh, you know, we're just going to have a few minutes Silas now, we're just going to say a prayer if you want to just sit for a minute. And we were sat anyway, so we're like, oh yeah, this is lovely. And it's just such a peaceful, even though there's a lot of people always in there, it's such a big place.
Oh yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, it was lovely.
And then our favourite section of war, and you got to see our daughter's university as well.
Yes.
That's very exciting. And then you also got to see that crazy walkway coming off the wall, which you absolutely despise.
Yeah.
Yes. It just shows you how people have grown since the walls were in use. So yes, that's the end of our first winter walks. We're going to be back next time with another winter walk. It's completely different because that was city-based. It's going to be country-based. We're going to be walking through Richmond. It's hard to say. Walking through Richmondshire on the way to Richmond itself and back again, of course. And we're going to be getting ready for Christmas. We're going to be a lovely walk through gorgeous countryside. So yes, winter walks back next time. Yeah. Right now, though, it's time for the Endy Bits.
Endy Bits.
Oh yes. So whilst Sockoween is over,
yes, indeed,
our exclusive patron content continues to roll every Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
And you have just published a sock tutorial on closing the gap in the heel flap using 2 stitches. And here's a little snippet.
Hi everybody, I am here today to show you another method of closing the corner gaps in your socks when you're doing a heel flap and gusset. So first of all, I just need to pick up my gusset stitches along this side. So I will just go ahead and do that. While I'm doing this, actually, I can tell you, I know that I'm always curious about yarn when you see people knitting, and this is a little sock set actually from Kelly at Lay Family Yarns, and it's one of her dahlia ones, the Smoky Dahlia club that she was running. She was doing a club all this year which is based on dahlias, and it's lovely. Okay, so that's my 16 gusset stitches. So I'm now just going to cut that yarn because I'm working with a contrast. If you didn't have a contrast, you'd just be carrying straight on. So I'm ready now in this first corner to close this gap. Now this method that I use, you pick up 2 stitches.
So yes, that's available right now, and that was actually a 2-part series because you did your 1-stitch closing and you did your 2-stitch closing. So it's now fully updated.
Yeah.
So yes, that's really exciting. Of course, now though, we're all getting ready and we're all excited for the whole ream of 9-inch circular tutorials that will be coming.
I know.
And if you want to keep up to date with all of our additions...
I can't quite. I feel like it's this head cold has just like gone to my head completely, and I've lost my mind. I've lost my knitting mind on these short circulars. Who am I?
If you want to keep up to date with all of our exclusive content, in fact, everything on it, well, everything is on it that we publish within a month. Every month we publish a content schedule, and everything that's going to be published is on there, with also links to previous ones within a particular series that we're publishing. And that's available for anyone to go look at. And that actually is available right now, so you can go and look and see what's coming up all the way through November. The other thing as well that I've been doing, and these are actually open to view for everybody, and I was really surprised. It'd been 5 years since I'd done anything quite like this, and I just thought, technology's come on so much. One of the things that is such a frustration, I don't know if you agree with me, but in the world, technology moves so fast. It's so difficult to keep up, isn't it? And what tends to happen now is changes happen and no one tells you what they are. You're supposed to just know and understand how things work. So what we try and do for our Bakery Bear patrons is we produce a series every so often to try and show them how to get the most out of everything that we do. And inevitably what that means is I show you how to use technology to a sort of a standard enough so that you can get the most. You don't need to be an expert at all, and I sort of take you through the real basic steps. And I've just published the latest one in that series. It got so many wonderful comments. Maybe you'd like to see a little snippet of that too.
Welcome back everyone to my brand new series of how-to videos. This time we're going to be covering how you access content using the Bakery Bears website. I have navigated my way to our website, which is, you can see at the top of the page there, it's right at the top, it's www.bakerybears.com. And here we have our homepage. The place that you want to go to is the menu. So I tapped on the menu, and then if you see there on the left-hand side, there is a whole range of choices that you can go to. And what we want to do, we're looking for things to watch. So we're going to tap watch. So here we go onto our watch page. And what you find here is you find the 3 different sort of types of things that we do. You've got adventures, so that's all the sort of location filming, history type shoots. You've got baking, so anything done in the kitchen is in the baking section. And then you've got crafting, but we're going to jump into the tutorials, because here in the tutorials we have recently, earlier on this year, we've just updated this a little bit to try and make it slightly more easy to navigate, because you can see here all on one page all the different routes that you can go down. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for some knitting tutorials. So I'm going to tap watch in the knitting box. See, it's super easy, isn't it? I'm maybe going to jump into some socks. So we're now into the specific tutorials, and I think I would like to have a little look at the Eye of Partridge tutorial, and I'm going to click watch now. And this is the moment where we leave our website and we head to our Patreon page where the video is stored. So when I click watch now, I'm now heading over to Patreon. And this is the point where some people get caught out, because as you can see here, this video is locked. So I can't watch it. If we look in the top right hand corner, it says log in. And that's always what you're looking for. Because, of course, if you're a patron, so long as you are a patron at the relevant level, so it's silver, gold, and platinum patrons who can access all of our tutorials. So I'm going to click login. And here we go. I can now log in using my email address and my password. So I popped in my username and I popped in my password that I set up when I became a patron. And I logged in, and look, the video is ready to play. So if I hit play in the middle of the screen, off we go, it starts playing. So literally all I had to do to get this video playing after I'd followed it through from the website is just click that button in the top right hand corner and the video unlocks. I just sign in and we're away.
So yeah, that series, that's actually open for everyone to view. So you can go watch that, and you don't have to be a patron to watch that. And maybe you'll like things like chapter markers on YouTube videos, and also watching videos in the highest possible standard as well, and all of those things.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get caught out.
I think there is like a presumption that you just kind of gain this information by osmosis or something. You know,
trial and error. You'll just get there in the end.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, you don't.
No.
So yes, as we mentioned, we are now in Advent Calendar Countdown, and the countdown is ticking so hard that when you see us next time, we'll have a trailer for you.
We will.
So yes, thank you so much for watching.
Thanks, everybody.
And we'll see you in 2 weeks with more.
We will. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Lovely ending. Okay, so now we'll just do the radio show one. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in 2 weeks with more.
We've not done finished this.
So we've stopped here to show you a 12th century chest. It is amazing. This was used to hold all the vestments, so all the clothes that all the clergy wore in the minster.
Stop, DPDC. It's my call. But haven't you clapped in the wrong place though? Because you normally clap at the end.
This is the end. We're finishing filming.
Oh, right. I thought you had to clap at the end of the show.
No, just when the camera stops rolling.
There's only 4 in there. Should there have been 6?
Yeah, there would have been 6 had I caught the order.